Welcome back to the KDPG Sunday Edition. I'm John Delano. If you take a drive down Smallman Street in the Strip District, you will notice a whole lot of changes over the last few years. The historic terminal building that stretches on for blocks is now being gutted. Workers are building new townhouses and apartment buildings all over the place, and we are seeing lots of new office buildings in the planning stages. Whole swaths of the Strip District are changing. So what's behind all the new development? Well, who better to ask than two guests from Pittsburgh's biggest real estate services company, CBRE. Jeffrey Ackerman is Managing Director and Market Leader of the Pittsburgh offices of CBRE, and Andrew Miller is a Senior Vice President within CBRE's brokerage group focused on leasing office space. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Thank you, John.
The Strip District is hot, isn't it, Jeff?
Yes. There's a lot of demand there from the high-tech companies. It's a natural way to grow out of downtown, flat land along the river, easy to build on. So it's been a great opportunity for growth and for developers to build new office space.
We'll talk about some of that in a second, but Andrew, let me ask you this. Is there demand for people? Do they want to be in the Strip District?
Absolutely. It's the most active submarket in the city right now by far, and it's really driven by the growth in tech employment.
In tech employment, meaning high technology companies are locating in the Strip?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you look at the companies that have gone there and expanded their offices there, it tends to be software on the west side of the Strip, and then as you get farther up the Allegheny, it gets into hardware and robotics. But it's a lot of really exciting firms, and they've created a cluster that's really powerful.
Well, you brought a little chart, so let's see if we can get it up on the screen that sort of demonstrates the potential growth, the prospective growth in frankly, office market supply. There it is. Interpret this for me. Read this correctly. It looks like in around this time we're, what, 2.5 million square feet of availability or space in the Strip District. That almost doubles by the year 2022 in just a few years. What's going on? Jeffrey?
A lot of strong interest from occupiers, and when occupiers come, create jobs. Every job that's created, you need more office space.
Right.
And it's proven to be a very attractive location to some notable tech clients. Tech firms, we all know who they are, populating the Strip, and people will now want to live, work, and play. And that's why we've seen the boost and the development on the multifamily and the condo market.
Yeah, I want to come back to the residential in just a second, but let's start with the terminal building. I know we've got a picture of that. We'll show it. What's going on there? What exactly do you see? That's, if I understand, I think that's mostly retail and office. It's not residential, right?
That's correct. That project is going to be mostly retail. There could be opportunities for office, but no residential with the terminal building.
And it's quite a historic building. And what they're doing there, the company is doing there is amazing. Just to go down there and see it as every time you drive by. This has been both a historic building, but one that kind of separates the Strip District from the water. And I think they're trying to make it a little more connective. Is that right?
They're trying to connect the produce terminal to the water. You have 20 blocks from 11th Street, the beginning of the Strip, up to 33rd Street, all flat, right along the river. And the produce terminal, what's interesting, you have a developer from Chicago, great track record, McCaffrey interests, and the Strip District is attracting both strong in-town developers as well as strong out-of-market developers.
Right. The fact that they're here, I think, enhances the interest. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk about, I mean, we think of it as the Woolies building, but it's not really anymore. It hasn't been owned by Woolies. Nothing is happening to Woolies Fish Market. We keep having to remind people of that because the owners feel every time we mention Woolies, people think that they're disappearing. But I think we've got a shot of that building. This is the one with the fish on the side. What's happening to this building? Andrew?
I thought you might ask about the fish, John. We get a lot of questions about the fish. Unfortunately, it's still too soon to say what will become of the fish.
But that building is going to be torn down, or not?
Well, that is the plan. The developer, JMC, is working with the city and other stakeholders to finalize the plans. But the plan is to construct a new office tower on that site.
An office tower. So that fish can literally be removed and put somewhere else. Who knows? Maybe even at the Heinz History Center. I think that's where we have a bottle of ketchup
That's
right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's such an iconic fish. Nobody really wants to lose it. Let me ask you about residential in this area. What can you tell us about the growth of residential, Jeffrey?
I think that the residential in the Strip is getting leased up as fast as the apartments are being built. Edge 1909, which is being built by a Cleveland-based developer, they're now moving into their second phase. There's Laurel Communities, which are townhomes. They leased up their first phase, and all the condos that have been built along Smallman Street have all been selling well, high pricing. It's proven to be a very attractive market for people moving into the city and wanting urban living.
And it seems to me that it goes hand in hand with the office development. If we're going to practically double the square footage of office space in the Strip District over the next 4 years, there's going to be a lot of people working there, and they may want to live where they can walk. Yes?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's a selling point.
Absolutely. Part of the reason these firms locate there is because they can offer that lifestyle to their employees, and having the housing component is critical to that.
And of course, I don't think, and you tell me if I'm wrong, I don't think that anything's really going to change with the iconic look of Penn Avenue, where we have, you know, Penn macaroni. We have everything right along there. As far as you know, tell us if something's going to happen that's going to dramatically change that, because that's so Pittsburgh.
The historic nature, the buildings, I think will always be there on Penn Avenue. That's the place you go to, the Pennsylvania macaronis and some of the other, and Woolies, so that you can buy your fish. The fish are staying at Woolies.
The fish are staying at Woolies, and those buildings are staying there. You know, when I have experts like you on the show, I know that our focus is on the Strip District, but there are other parts of the city that seem to be doing well. Would you identify a couple for us?
Sure.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, the East End and everything around the universities is still extremely healthy. Downtown has had a lot of investment from out-of-towners that have dramatically improved the quality of the offerings there. I don't do a lot of work in the suburbs personally. I'm not the expert there, but everything in the city is on the way up.
Is Lawrenceville built up now? Is there much opportunity left in Lawrenceville?
What you're seeing in Lawrenceville is the robotics and tech flex, and there is still some opportunity there. There's additional sites, and you'll see additional projects coming out over the next couple of years.
How about East Liberty?
Oh, East Liberty, also a really exciting place for real estate right now.
Jeffrey?
And some of the major tech users want to be close to where the talent is coming from. The talent is coming from our two major universities, with CMU, Pitt, as well as some of the other universities.
Right. But Oakland,
Oakland is the hotbed for it. And if you look at our CBRE Tech Talent Report, it shows that we have more residents who are in the millennial segment. 24% of our population in the urban market are millennials. We're up there with Boston, so we rank second just below them for the percentage of millennials that work here. Good indication that these companies are attracted here for that tech talent coming out of our universities.
You know, that's probably a message that we in the news media need to get out a little better, because I think people still think of Pittsburgh as a city of older residents. But what you're telling me is that all the evidence is to the contrary. We've got plenty of young people here.
Yes, the growth is in our millennials, in the people in their 30s. That's where the real growth and the future of our city is. And it's going to be tech-driven, healthcare, and key markets that you mentioned, like East Liberty, Lawrenceville, Strip District will greatly benefit.
And of course, the hottest place right now, the Strip District. Sure, a lot of work there. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in and sharing with us. We really appreciate this information. It's good to be with you.
Thank you, John.
We'll be back in a moment when the KDPG Sunday edition continues. Stick with us.